won't the co-parents and the bureaucrats let us live our lives anymore? Why must they constantly concoct new rules and regulations? Alas, the nanny state continues to flourish, folks, but we here at the Rebel want to strike back. Thus, each month we'll dole out special recognition to those meddling malcontents who are responsible for the most outrageous acts of nanny state-ism. And without further ado, our Nanny State Ninny Award for February goes to a group of Toronto School Board equity officials. This so-called equity committee is now lobbying the provincial government and directors of education to change school dress codes. Now, what do you think the focus of their dress code prohibition is, folks? Hemlines that are too short, maybe, or tank tops that are too revealing? Oh no. These equity officials are concerned with the logos and nicknames of pro sports teams, specifically the logos and nicknames of teams that pay homage to Aboriginal culture. So it is that these educrats want to ban Junior from donning the logo of, say, the Kansas City Chiefs or the Chicago Blackhawks or the Cleveland Indians. Can't have that in the school, folks. Might offend somebody, maybe. Here's what the Equity Committee stated to Ontario Education Minister Liz Sandals, quote, "The use of pejorative Indigenous names, logos, and mascots is both an exploitation of Indigenous cultural, spiritual, and intellectual identity, and in many cases, a racist misrepresentation of that identity," end quote. Really? What these progressives don't understand is that Native culture is being honored in sports team logos and nicknames. Look, if Atlanta's baseball team used Native imagery and the club was called the Atlanta Cowards, yeah, that would be offside. But the precise opposite is true. The team is called the Atlanta Braves. I think bravery is a positive attribute. And by the way, has this equity committee actually asked Natives how they feel about these logos and nicknames? And by the way, when I say Natives, I mean individual Natives, not spokesthingies for various progressive Native groups. Hey, I've met Natives who use their own money to purchase such sports paraphernalia. So the question arises, just who exactly are we protecting from being offended here? Actually, another question arises, if this Native logo ban is implemented at Ontario schools and a Native student were to wear such haberdashery, would he be sent home? Would members of the Equity Committee essentially imply that he's just too stupid to know when he's being offended? Oh, I'd like to see that one play out. Bottom line, remember when schools were concerned about teaching the 3 R's? Now they seem obsessed about turning out politically correct minions, even though little Johnny and little Janie can't spell cat if you spotted them the C and the T. Indeed, with equity committees proposing apparel bans on campus, I again ask the question, why is it that so many people in charge of educating our kids are themselves so stupid? For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies.